Hello and welcome to the program. We start today with baseball. In the American League, Ty Cobb of the Detroit Tigers led the league in batting average, RBIs, and home runs. Frank Smith of the Chicago White Sox threw 177 strikeouts. And the final standings are: in 8th place, the Washington Senators; in 7th, the St. Louis Browns; the Cleveland Naps in 6th; in 5th place, the New York Highlanders; in 4th, the Chicago White Sox; 3rd, the Boston Red Sox; the Philadelphia Athletics in 2nd; and the Detroit Tigers in 1st, therefore winning their 3rd straight American League pennant. In the National League, Red Murray of the New York Giants hit 7 home runs, and Orville Overall of the Chicago Cubs threw 205 strikeouts. The league standings are: the Boston Doves in 8th, the St. Louis Cardinals in 7th, the Brooklyn Superbas in 6th, the Philadelphia Phillies in 5th, the Cincinnati Reds in 4th, the New York Giants in 3rd, the Chicago Cubs in 2nd, with the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1st, giving them the National League pennant. In the World Series, the 1909 World Series was the 6th edition of the World Series. It featured the National League champions Pittsburgh Pirates against the American League champions, the Detroit Tigers. This series is best remembered for featuring 2 of the very best players of the time: Pittsburgh's shortstop Honus Wagner and Detroit outfielder Ty Cobb. In Game 1, the Detroit Tigers scored 1, with the Pittsburgh Pirates scoring 4 at Forbes Field, giving the Pirates the 1-0 lead. In Game 2, the Detroit Tigers scored 7 over the Pittsburgh Pirates 2 at Forbes Field to tie the series 1-1. In the 3rd game, the Pirates scored 8 over the Detroit Tigers 6 at the first Pittsburgh home game of the series at Bennett Park. The Pirates now have a 2-1 lead. In Game 4, the Pittsburgh Pirates were shut out by the Detroit Tigers with a final score of 5-0 to retie the series 2-2. In Game 5, the Tigers scored 4 under the Pirates' 8 back at Forbes Field, giving the Pirates the 3-2 lead yet again. And back at Bennett Park for Game 6, the Pittsburgh Pirates scored 4 while the Detroit Tigers scored 5, tying the series 3-3. And in the final game of the series, the Pittsburgh Pirates swept the Tigers 8-0 at Bennett Park to give them the 4-3 victory. This was the Pirates' 2nd championship in the club's history. And now on to association football. The semifinal matches were played on the 27th of March, 1909. Bristol City and Derby County drew their match and went on to replay it 4 days later. Bristol City then won the replay and went on to meet the other semifinal winner, Manchester United, who had defeated Newcastle United. The final match of the FA Cup was played on the 24th of April at Crystal Palace in London and was contested by Manchester United and Bristol City. Manchester United won by a single goal scored by Sandy Turnbull midway through the first half. This was the first time Manchester United won the FA Cup. In India, in a rematch from the last year's final, Gordon Highlanders defeated Calcutta Customs 3-0 to win the IFA Shield. At the Scottish Cup final, competition was cancelled following a riot at a replay between the Rangers and Celtic. The first match was a 2-2 draw, followed by a 1-1 replay. In golf, John Henry Taylor won the British Open, and George Sargent won the US Open. In ice hockey, the 1908-1909 season was the 9th and final season of the Western Pennsylvania Hockey League. Once the Pittsburgh Lyceum folded on December 23rd, it was decided to discontinue the WPHL after the season. The Tuscany Athletic beat the Pittsburgh Bankers in the last game of the season to win the final WPHL championship title. In motor racing, Francesco Chieppo won the Targa Florio, driving an SPA 2840 horsepower. This year, the Isle of Man Tourist Trophy, the 1 and 2 cylinder classes were swapped for an open class race classification. Harry Curlier won, driving a 2-cylinder, 6 horsepower matchless 738cc. In Home Nations Rugby, although not officially part of the tournament until 1910, matches were arranged with the French national team. As they had done in the 1908 championship, Wales beat all 3 home nation opponents and France, taking the championship title, the Triple Crown, and the Grand Slam. In tennis, Arthur Gore defeated Joshua Ritchie 3-2 to win the Wimbledon Men's Championship, and Dorothy Bothby defeats Agnes Morton 2-1 to win the Wimbledon Women's Championship. William Larned defeats William Clothier 3-2 to win the American Men's Championship, and Hazlitt Hodgkins Whitman defeated Maud Berger Wallach 2-1 to win the American Women's Championship. This completes the program. Please subscribe and comment if you'd like. Until next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.